music world sit with you? And what, you know, I mean, there's people who do it for the music, and then there's people who do it for the
to be famous. Yeah. I hear that.
How's your perspective and your insight into that other side of the world?
There are people like that, you know, and there are people with money willing to pay them to do that, and there are people with money willing to have me knocked off if I open my mouth. You know, there's a lot of that going on.
Do you think you could ever become a diva? You know, like in 4 or 5 years' time, and when we're going to be sitting here, there's like flipping gold discs and Brit Awards and Grammy Awards behind you. I mean, do you think you could be turned into the Mariah Carey, or do you think?
Well, I'll be rude if I have to be rude. But I do that now, you know, I'm never going to change. I will be rude to you now if you were rude to me, but that will never change. But back to the people trying to be famous, you know, there are a lot of people like that, and they know who they are, and they know that I'm not the only person who is real and will stand up for English music. So that's cool.
Definitely. Who would you say has had the most impact on you musically? Who's been, and that can be in the past or somebody very much in the present who could be changing your direction right now? Who would you say has been most influential on you musically?
Definitely people like Thelonious Monk, Hendrix, and Sarah Vaughan, and Louis Jordan, and Salt and Pepper, and Beastie Boys. There's just so many. Beastie Boys and TLC when I was a little kid, and Carole King, and
can't not have Carole King.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what a woman. I mean, is that kind of someone like that who even now you can put any track or any track that she wrote for someone else on, and you just get the heart and soul of that woman. Is that kind of how you want your album to be?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd like it to be. I mean, the emotional connection I have with Carole King, you know, that would, and her songs, I would be amazed at, and you know, joyed if people would have that with my album. You know, that's really what I'm going for. You know, is people to just connect to it emotionally and feel like, I don't know, like they're just getting me. You know what I mean? Probably more me with the more me with the music than I am on any TV thing or any radio thing, because it's me, it's my music, is the only area in my life where I'm fully confident and fully embrace everything, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Without being trite, music is your voice, and that's where you...
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's the only thing where I'm truly comfortable, is writing music and singing, you know.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Wish I could do it. It might stop me going insane. I mean, sometimes, you know, I just wish, you know, you sing and I don't have a voice, but as long as no one else is around, it makes me feel happy. It kind of like, it's an energy release. It's kind of like it's either sing or scream.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, growing up, I just thought when you're happy or sad, you know, you sing. Yeah. That's it, you know.
Absolutely. And then just finally, what's next? Because I mean, this album you kind of got out all your, like you say, all the ex-boyfriend or the kind of breaking up emotion out, and now you're in a good place. Is the next album going to be full of the joys of love, right? And or what direction are you going to go in? Are you writing it already?
I definitely want to stay within the same themes. You know, the one thing that continues to interest me is human behaviour and interaction between two people, which I've written most of this last album about, and I think I will always do. Or even the relationship between me and inside me, you know what I mean? Like, songs like, I've got Mr. Magic, which is about my, you know, substance abuse. No, that's not a good thing to say. And songs like Ava was the more, no, that's not, what is that song called? October Song. Songs like October Song, which are less about my relationship with my dead bird, more about my relationship with myself and, you know, stuff like that. What is it about men? You know, I want to, but human behaviour will continue to drive me lyrically, you know, and humour always. I would never just out and out say something mean unless I was in a really funny place. I would, you know, I would think about it, you know, and always put a punchline on it, because, you know, when you remember back of a song, you know, when I listen to Take the Box, I don't have any arms on this chair, when I listen to Take the Box, it's a sad song. I was in a bad place and I wrote it that night, you know, and I was fucked up, and now when I listen to it I think, oh God, I was really messed up. And then when I listen to Stronger Than Me, which was the point when I really realised why me and this man were never going to be together properly, you know, every time I listen to it I giggle like at the lines, because, you know, I always have to put a spin on it. And I know that if I writ it as depressing as I wrote Take the Box, then I would just remember it. Every time I sang it, it would be like... And then when I think back to the real situation that I wrote the song from, the actual situation, I would remember badly, you know what I mean? But, you know, writing definitely, if you... Not change it, but if you put a humorous perspective on it in a song, then in life it works too. It really does. I was having a photo shoot in the laundrette the other day and they were just being so terrible outside the laundrette. And then the minute the photographer man switched the camera on them, they all like, fuck off, all that kind of stuff, like with their coat over their head, like, rah, 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 in the window. So funny. These little boys, and they're tiny.
Oh, yeah, they're tiny. Like, sort of prepubescent boys are like the worst at the moment.
Yeah.
So anyway, lovely to see you. And congratulations again on the nomination.
Thanks.
Has it sunk in?
Yeah, I've had a while to think about it now. It's just mad. It is mad.
I mean, when you say think about it, is it kind of like one of those things that you thought about and you have to stop, put it away, and just because the actual awards are coming up, and can you allow yourself to think what if, and if you did win, what would that mean?
More album sales, hopefully. Although I've been doing pretty well on the strength of the nominations, you know, I've been very, very lucky, really lucky. But no, it's not something I think about, what if I win, If I did, which is so unlikely, I really do think it's going to be a Dido, I won't say that word, a Dido fest. If I did, I wouldn't have anything to say. I'd go up and say, I didn't know what I was going to say. Thanks. You know, I would be surprised off my head if I won, like surprised.
I mean, it's in itself, I mean, for you making the album must have been a reward enough in its own. But I'd just like to sort of step back a bit and kind of like find where this all began for you, and when music, you know, did you come from a very musical background?
Not really at all. My dad sings, and I sang as a child, obviously, and I just assumed growing up that everyone sings, you know. That was really it.
But what shaped your sound? Because it's very much a fusion, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's not jazz, it's not urban, it's not, you know, it seems to be a fusion of lots of influences. But where did that start, and how did the Amy Winehouse sound emerge to what it is?
You know what? The way I sing, my album's a straight jazz hip hop album, and it is that because that's all the music I've ever heard coming out of me in a certain way, I guess. But you know, I was very influenced by jazz and hip hop from early, you know, from maybe, I mean, seriously, I mean, that I knew that it would be the direction I would follow in my life. Maybe when I was 13 is when I knew that I would have to follow that music, because there was nothing else that spoke to me. And today, you know, I'm reminded every day how important music is to me. You know, people say it's just music, or Lisa from Steps, it's just a laugh, it's just music, and you're like, no, nothing else speaks to me the way music does. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, with music there and jazz in particular, there is a warmth and a personableness. It's not a word. There's a warmth and a real I can't explain it, but it just gets you very direct, and you can really hear so much from that kind of music. Not just the actual music, you can hear emotions in the music and texture, and
it's got soul. It's got kind of real heart to it. Definitely. No, I agree. What I really like about your album, and the title speaks for itself, is that it is frank. The lyrics, I think, are what really carry it and really give it the impact. Is that your voice that's speaking there? Is that your emotion? Is that your experience?
Yeah.
Is this kind of a biography of your life, you know?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I wouldn't write anything unless it was directly personal to me, just because I wouldn't be able to tell the story right or really fill out the song with words, because I wouldn't have done it. So, you know, all of it is stuff that I've been through, and, you know, and even though some of it is personal in a sad way, you know, I would never let it just be that. It's very funny. Like, I'll put humour in. I'll always put a punchline in the song, always. And I don't know, I just try and be different with my lyrics, definitely.